didn't really feel like a 3-0 defeat here tonight. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it was a frustrating evening. I think we dominated large parts of the game. We get a little bit of bad fortune for the goal. It kind of puts us on the back foot a little bit, but I felt like we were in it. But it's frustrating. It's a cup that we wanted to do well in. We were in a couple of games away from Wembley, so it's a missed opportunity for us tonight, I think.
Such is the way in cup football. There's a number of players out tonight due to being due to cup tie, and that sort of depletes it. It's not an excuse, but it makes things a little bit more difficult for Russ with his team selection.
Yeah, of course. I think you try and find that little bit of rhythm with players that you're playing with, but to be fair, it's not. I don't think it's a massive excuse. I think we've all been together long enough really to be able to perform. Players coming in are more than capable, and the team that was out there had enough to go and win the game. And like I said, for large parts of the game, I thought we did well. But it's one of those things. We've got to dust ourselves down. It's the beauty of this league. Games come thick and fast, and with this cup as well. So it's frustrating, but we've got another big game on Saturday and massive opportunity to put it right.
It's such an unfortunate goal to go behind to. As a team, can you analyse that and maybe look at ways that the ball over the top maybe could have been prevented, or is it one you just take on the chin that sometimes happens in football?
No, I always think there's some analysis to be done on every goal that we concede. There's always a mistake or a slight bit of adjustment to the position in some way that can prevent it, and that's what we've got to learn from. We've got an extremely young team that we've got to learn quickly. Every team's gonna be ruthless, and we starve them of chances. So when they get them, they're gonna try and then take them. So we've got to learn from that and learn quickly, and hopefully move on now and put it right.
You mentioned it's a young team there, and one thing Russ has said before is, maybe when we're 1-0 down, we are a bit too anxious in the final third, and as games go on and this team grows together, that anxiety hopefully starts to go away.
Yeah, I think we were in their box plenty of times today, and I think that's one thing we've got to improve on, is just individually each one of us taking the ball by the horn, so to speak, and carving a chance for us and testing their goalkeeper. And that's what, like I say, we starve them of chances, and it's frustrating when they score in the manner that they do. And we dominated large periods, so it's a tough one to take, it really is. But we've got to get that ruthless edge, and I think we'll be a tough one to stop if we do.
You were off the pitch when the second and third goals go in, but I suppose when there's a back line of the average age of around 19 years old, you concede a goal to someone like Aidan McGeady, it's important that their heads don't drop, and that's going to be a lesson for them moving forwards. Absolutely.
The calibre of substitutes that they bring on is testament to their squad, but it's a massive learning curve for our boys, and like I say, every game's an opportunity to learn, and that's what we need to do, and we need to put it into perspective. It's an extremely young back line, and they need to learn from it and learn quickly. They're in the dressing room for a reason, because the manager thinks they're good enough. They've deserved a chance, and that's what they're there to go and prove that. So it's a learning curve for everybody, not just them. We also have a responsibility to protect them as much as we can. So that's what as a team, we've got to move forward with it and learn from these types of games.
Let's look at some positives then. And what a time to be an MK Dons player, an MK Dons fan. A young group of players, exciting group of players, the likes of Harry Darling, Zach Jules joining throughout the January transfer window. I guess now it's foot down and look up rather than down towards the end of the season.
It's always been about looking up for me. I don't think anyone can argue with our performances through the season. I just think at times we've been a little bit naive with the results that we've had conceding early and things like that. And I think the derby at the weekend was a massive testament to see how far we've come. We weathered a storm for 45 minutes where their fury and fire that were coming at us, we took it on the chin and tried to play through it, and second half our quality prevails. So I think we're learning quickly, and we've now got a squad that I think that can really push on.
You've said before that you think competition is one of the best things at a football club. Midfield, it's looking stacked. David Kasumu coming back to fitness, you coming back, Ben Gladwin, Scott Fraser, Matt O'Reilly. It's really going to bring the best out of you guys.
Yeah, I think you only mentioned half of them there, so we've got plenty of players in midfield, and I've always been a massive fan of having competition for places. I think it brings the best out of people, and it doesn't allow anybody to get comfy, and I think that's important in a squad that wants to play the way that we do. We've got to look at productivity and really start building relationships on the pitch and all be good teammates. If you're in or out of the team, we've got to support each other, demand the best out for each other, and slowly but surely we'll get there. And when we do, I think will be a really good outfit.
Speaking from someone within the first team bubble, it says so much about the standards that Russ and you as players set. You know that this team aren't going to be happy losing 3-0 in a cup competition. You're going to want to bounce back at the weekend, and I can guarantee tomorrow's training is going to be as intense as ever after today.
Absolutely, losing 1-0 or 3-0 doesn't really matter. A loss is a loss, and we've got to use that as fuel for us to go and put that right at the weekend. I think, yes, we were missing a couple of players in important positions tonight, but we're never going to have such a settled squad that we can afford to be comfy, and that's what I mean. We got to demand more from each other individually and collectively, and really propel ourselves forward, because there's plenty of talent in this team. The manager has assembled a team the best he can, and like I said, there's plenty of players in there that have shown how good they are this season. It all just needs to come together now, and that's what time on the training pitch is about. So I think we've definitely improved massively. I think the wins that we've amassed over the last few weeks have been really important, and like we say, it's onwards and upwards now.